And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, one game that I really enjoy is Piece of Cake. This is the German version, but I've always liked Piece of Cake a lot. In this game, you took pieces of pie and you would make a pie, and one person would split and then the other person would choose, or the other people who were in the game would choose which ones they've got. Now, Piece of Cake was really fun, but it went out of print. So I was like, man, this game has got to be reprinted. I tried to get reprinted. I never really did succeed, but I was really glad when I heard that Bezier Games, the folks who make One Night Werewolf, Ultimate Werewolf, etc., picked it up. Then I heard that they rethemed it to New York Slice, a pizza game. Okay, that makes sense. I'm sad to see pie go, because as we all know, pie is one of the greatest desserts on earth, especially key lime pie. But pizza, hey, everyone knows what pizza is. So then I heard that they might have changed some of the rules. All right, let's see what they are. Here's how you play. The piece of pizza are split into piles of 11, and then a random special tile is placed on top of each of them. You're going to have 3 pieces of pizza left over. These pieces of pizza are removed from the game. So each round of the game, one person is going to be the slicer. You'll take turns being the slicer. So that person will take the special tile. In this case, it's stuffed crust. This tile is worth 5 points at the end of the game. And then they're going to start building the pizza, pulling it out, and as you pull each tile, you're just going to build the pizza. So we can see there's a lot of peppers on this pizza. Some veggie. Oh, there's a Hawaiian slice. Delicious. All right. So here's the pizza. Now, what the slicer is going to do is they're going to split this pizza into the number of players. So let's say we're playing a 4-player game. They could split it like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they would pick the stuffed crust and put it on one of them. So maybe they do that. I don't know, that seems kind of, maybe they'll do this. How's that? So now, the next person after the splitter is going to pick one. So maybe the next person picks the stuffed crust. And then after that, the next person will pick this, the next person picks this, and the slicer gets the last thing. So when you slice the pizza, you're going to choose last. So you got to be careful about that. You can't just put a slice of 1. That's probably what you're going to get. Now, you could do a slice of 1. Maybe I would do a slice of 1 with the plus 5 points. That's up to you. But you're going to be picking last. Now, when a player takes a section of the pizza, so let's say I take this section of pizza, I now need to decide what to do with each slice. If the slice has no pepperoni on it, I have no choice. I just put it in front of me, and I'm collecting a piece of that slice. If it does have pepperoni, though, I can eat it right now. So let's say I'm like, I might eat this one. It has 3 pieces of pepperoni on it. That's worth 3 points at the end of the game. But I could try to save it, because if I have the most of the pepperoni pizza, the 11s at the end of the game, I'm going to get 11 points, or the cheese pizza, I'm sorry. I'm going to get 11 points. If I don't have the most, though, I've wasted them. So do I want 3 points now, or do I want to try to get 11 points? Same thing here. This has 1 piece of pepperoni on it. I can get 1 point now, or try to get 6 points. So if this was me, I'd probably eat this one and save these 2 in front of me. And then the next player will choose a piece of one of the sections that has been divvied up, and then they will choose whether to eat them or not. And so each time we go through them, players are going to be collecting different slices. You can see there's some delicious barbecue pizza, there's mushroom pizza. This slice here, when you get it, is basically wild. You can put that slice anywhere. This one has anchovies on it. Now, anchovies are bad. If you eat a slice of pizza that has anchovies, and you can't do this one because this one has no pepperoni, has to have pepperoni to eat it, then anchovies are fine. But if you have anchovies in front of you at the end of the game, they're going to be worth minus 1 point each. So, for example, this piece here. If I eat it, I'm fine. But if I leave it in front of me, because I'm trying to get the 10 points, I will also lose a point for having the anchovy on that piece. Here's a man, doesn't that pizza look really good? Let's keep looking at the different slices that are involved in the game. There are some slices which are half a slice of 2 different types, 4 and 6 here, and that might help break ties, etc. So that's pretty much it. These specials are all sorts of things. Like this one here, if you have this one, you will win all ties for the collected slices. So at the end of the game, if I have 3 6s and you have 3 6s, I'll win that tie. This one here is a green tile. You can use this in the future to grab a slice. As soon as the pizza shows up, I can use this and take any slice of pizza I want. This is a negative point scoring. I lose 2 points at the end of the game, so you might want to put that with some good pieces. Here, each combo slice you collect is worth 2 slices of both types. So if I take this one, instead of being half a slice of each, it's 2 of each of the types. And so players are going to be trying to figure out which ones of these they want. After all the piles have been divvied up, players will then score the game. Now I want to mention, before I show the scoring, the gameplay itself has very thematic flavor, right? This is a pizza box that opens. The rules themselves are written like a menu. They explain all the different specials, but it's written like a menu, which is really nice. And then the scoring sheet looks like a check. And what you do with the scoring sheet is you write each person's name down, and then you'll circle who got the 3s. So you circle who has the most 3s, who has the most 4s, who has the most 5s, etc. And then does anyone get any points for specials? And then how many points do you get for your pepperonis that you've eaten and for anchovies that you haven't? You add these all together, and whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. Now, I don't mind the pizza theme. I think the pizza theme is very appealing to people. I like the way the game looks. A couple people mentioned that they thought the graphics were slightly faded. I have not noticed that problem that much. I think the pizza looks good. I think the pie was easier to differentiate between the pieces. Like, hey, here's, when you look at 2 of the pie pieces here, it's really easy to see cherries and kiwi and chocolate. While with the pizza, here, sometimes it's not so easy to tell at a glance which one is which. Not that big of a deal. And again, the pizza theme's fine. And again, you're looking at the numbers, not what they look like. And the quality of these is very good. The tiles are thick, everything's rounded. One of the problems I ran into a piece of cake was these tiles were pointy and they got scuffed up as time went by. These are much better quality tiles. The special tiles are easy. The rules clearly delineate what they are. This is a great game. You really got to play this one if you haven't. The whole concept of I split, you choose is fantastic. You take the pizza, you split it into different sections, but you're realizing you're going to pick last. So you're going to try to make those as fair as you can. This is a great philosophy. I have a piece of cake. You want that piece of cake. How do we do it? I split, you pick which half. It's the fairest way that there ever is of splitting something. And because there's 11 slices, this really scales well because, hey, how do you divide 11 by 4? Well, not evenly. How do you divide 11 by 3? Not evenly. And I really enjoy that. And I was a little nervous. They added 2 rules in this one, which was the anchovy. Well, they added 3, I guess. The half slices, which is fine. That's good. It's a nice way to break ties. The anchovies, a negative point thing. That's good. And these specials. This is the biggest change. But I love these specials because the specials change things. There's one special that says, you like anchovies. Well, that's great. Now anchovies are plus 1 point. And if you take that, you can then say, okay, I want anchovies. Or maybe you already have anchovies and you know you want this. Well, the slicer is going to know that. So they're going to try to put this on something that's maybe not so good. Take a couple pieces that you don't like so that you take this tile. And it's a simple concept, right? I can't really get into the depth of the strategy of this game. The slicer is sitting there trying to decide how to split things up. Once you take your section, you have to sit there and go, do I eat this now for points or do I save it for the end of the game? If I already have 2 tiles of the number 5, I probably have that. Oh, I got a 3rd, 5th tile? Well, there's no reason for me to keep that. I can eat it because I think I saw someone else already eat a 5 tile. So there's a little bit of those decisions in there. But what makes the game great is just the simplicity. It's fun. It makes thematic sense. Anyone who has ever split up food will understand this. Everyone has eaten pizza at some point or other. If you ever help someone move, that's your payment, right? So I like that idea of it. I like the different slice of pizza. I like the splitting and the choosing. It's also a fast game. It scales really well. It looks incredibly thematic. This is a really good, solid game that Bezier Games has come out with. Just definitely you want to check this one out. That is New York Slice, which, by the way, is the best kind of pizza. Sorry, Chicagoans. Dice Tower Judgment, deliciously excellent.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.